Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week. Another Wednesday for me for various logistical reasons. Instead of my usual Thursday. But it was a pretty big week for me at the comic shop. 8 comics. Luckily, it wasn't that expensive a week because there's a couple of reprints in there. First, the Freebies. There's another Spider-Man #1 coming out? What the heck is that? Launch party. Don't miss your... Really? Another Spider-Man #1? Didn't we just have another Spider-Man #1? Maybe that was Amazing Spider-Man #1. I don't know. But I always love the freebie cards and stuff. We had a Comic Shop News 2099 Alpha #1. I think they got a bunch of 2099 one-shots coming out. Punisher. Conan 2099. Green Lantern. That's a different company. But I'll check and see what's coming out in this week's Comic Shop News. I always like giving it a look. Firefly #11. I'm a big fan of the Firefly TV show. I haven't read any of that Firefly comic series, but I read some of the others, and they're kind of a letdown. So I don't know if that one's any better. Magicians #1. Something is killing the children #3. Oh, save the children. There you go, a couple of freebies. Let's see what True Believers I got. We got True Believers #1, Intelligent Hulk. This is Hulk month for True Believers. So it's a whole bunch of Hulk books. And this looks like it was Hulk 272. I think I got this one when it first came out. I was still buying the Hulk then, I think. What is it, 1982? It's right around when I stopped, but I think I remember this cover. I remember nothing about the story. I don't even remember it being an Intelligent Hulk. Who was Mantlo and Sal Buscema. Yeah, I'll read it again. If I read it back in 1982, I have no memory of it, but I think I did. And this I actually know I read. True Believers Hulk, Head of Banner. I think this is Hulk #6. And, Incredible Hulk #6. And I had, in the little pocketbooks edition of like the first 6 Hulks, I think were in it. And I had this in there. And I guess he's got Bruce Banner's brain in this one. Well, someone pretended to be the Hulk. I don't think I read it, and I've never read it full size. I've only read it in little pocket edition size when I was a kid. I remember the Metal Master. He could mold metal like Magneto, kind of. But like I said, I look forward to reading that one because I don't remember it at all. And Actual Roger #4 in a 5-issue series. This one's only $1.50, so that kept the price down too. All ages comic. That's about Roger, who becomes a superhero sidekick kind of reluctantly. He's not even sure what his own powers. I think his own powers so far, he can fly like 2 feet off the ground. That's the extent of his powers. And his superhero mentor is kind of a jerk and doesn't want a new sidekick. And it's got this weird coloring. I refer to it as sort of Valiant coloring from the early 90s when they were shooting right from they're shooting from the original coloring because it's on this uncoated paper. And the coloring's just strange, but I've been enjoying this one. I think it's done by some guy who's in the animation business, so he knows his storytelling really well. And I've been enjoying this one a whole lot, and look forward to this issue too. Then we got another reprint, but a $4 reprint. Batman 181. Never read this one. I've never had a lot of reprints of the DC stuff, I don't think. I have tons of reprints of the Marvel stuff because I was a Marvel kid. DC stuff, like I said, I've never read this issue, even though I've seen people buy the original on YouTube all the time. Oh, there's the pinup you got to make sure is in there if you're buying the original. Let's see, are there ads on the... Bullwinkle ad on that side of the pinup. Oh, but there's a Batman splash page on this side of this pinup. I was just wondering, because I guess people get buy this and don't realize the pinup is missing and from the original. So it's kind of like I was just wondering if there's a story page on it that would make it easy to see. But what the heck? I'll add this to my reprint collection. I've been enjoying buying the $1 reprints, not so much enjoying the $4 reprints as much because they're $4. Speaking of DC is started their own dollar comics line. I don't think the first one has come out yet. Not a lot of stuff I'm terribly interested in. And I just saw, I think they're like second month of dollar comics are all first issues of their various huge crossovers, like Infinite Crisis #1 and that Crisis #1 and this other Crisis #1. And I'm like, who wants those? At least Marvel has some themes to their reprints. Intelligent Hulk and Head of they pick out, sometimes they pick out good, like, significant issues. But it's like, who wants to read the first part of a 97-part crossover for $1? I'm just baffled by why DC did that. Maybe they know better than I did. Maybe their reprint of the first issue of Infinite Crisis is going to sell like gangbusters, but I'm not interested in it. Then we've got Birthright 39. This one's been good all the way through. Interesting cover there. She's exploding oh, that's right. She's a world tree. There was a big reveal at the end of last issue with the plot that sort of a new villain has going on. The art in this is very nice. The story's been good. Sci-fi fantasy story. There's a nice piece of art right there. Sci-fi fantasy story. Now it's kind of like a magic world out there in another dimension. Some of them have crossed over to Earth, and there's magic leaking into Earth, and the authorities just found out about it too. And there's our hero. Oh, there's another nice. I don't want to spoil too much for myself, but there's another nice little piece of artwork. I think that's the woman on the cover. I'm not sure. Magic fights going on, and this fate of the world hangs in the balance, and fun stuff like that. But Birthright's been going on for what, 4 or 5 years now? I don't even know. But it's been good. Then we've got the Goon #6. I just got the Goon #4 2 weeks ago. Now it's the Goon #6. So glad it came in. I liked #4. I liked #5. These are they're continued stories, but they're also done in ones kind of thing. It's like an old school comic where there's a to be continued at the end, but you really get a satisfying beginning, middle, and end of the story too. I can't remember I remember where 4 left off, but then I can't remember where 5 left off. But it's also a lot of Will Eisner in it, a lot of 40s sort of outfits and stuff. The Goon is back. I must say, I'm enjoying this Goon series more. I read Goon in collected editions before this, and I'm a huge fan of the art, but I was kind of like iffy on the writing, and it was fun, but I really didn't get into it. This I'm really getting into. I don't know if it's because it's serialized or it's better now. But I'm really enjoying buying these issues of the Goon. So there's issue 6 for you. And let's see, two more left. We've got Usagi Yojimbo #4, The Hero, Part 1 of 2. The first 3 issues, these are the first issues of Usagi from IDW. First time Usagi monthly series has been in color. He's had a couple of color specials, but not a monthly in color. And the first 3 issues were really good. It was kind of a horror story more than I'm used to in Usagi. It really was. It was Usagi and this other guy who kind of fights the supernatural teaming up in this town. And there were I got white stuff on my shirt. What's that all about? I don't know. Teaming up in this town, and there was this puppet show coming through town. It turned out these puppets were evil, and the puppets were killing people, and this and that, and it was really good stuff. I really enjoyed the story, and Usagi had a tough time with those puppets because he couldn't just run them through I like that nice shot, that landscape shot right there. That's pretty good. But I've been buying this one since '86, so I'm sure I'll like this issue. And our last thing for the week is the very final issue of The Wicked and the Divine. Nothing on the back. This issue 45, right? Issue 45. And I can't wait to see how it ends. We're just going to show you one. Oh, it looks like they're old. Maybe it flashes forward. Oh, it's a flash forward issue. I can't go up too much. But, matter of fact, I think that's our lead character, who was a teenager. Late teens, I don't know, early 20s. Young. I think that's her. Later on, after The Wicked and the Divine. It looks like she started the Church of the Wicked and the Divine. We'll have to see. But I've enjoyed this series. I'm going to have to read all 45 issues in a row one of these times. I want to make a video about it. I just finished rereading Drifter 1 through 18 and really liked them. They're a series that came out from 2014 into 2017, so I haven't read them in a while. I'm going to make a taking a look video at those that one pretty soon. And then I'm going to have to do Wicked and the Divine reading some, but it took me 2 years to read Drifter, and that's only 19 issues, so we'll see how long. And we'll show you a little artwork back here. Here's a drawing I was just working on. Not sure what it is. Sometimes, like this, if you can see the blue lines behind it, it's from a drawing in my sketchbook, and I set it up to be drawn ages ago and just pulled it out of a pile today and said, I want to work on that one. That's just two kind of figures looking nutty. And we were working small this week on some 5x7s. We did a couple of 5 by. I'm gonna marker color these faces. Well, there's a couple of inked faces on 5x7 paper. I just wanted to do some faces, so I got those, and then I just wanted to do some of my. I did this one and this one. Some of my rough brush landscape drawings. So we got that one with those strange teepees and this odd pyramid with the swirly sky. So that's what I've been working on. Some small paintings, some small drawings. And you guys have a good week out there.